Have you ever seen this treasure in Sea of Thieves? Well, you might have, and I guarantee that some of you might have seen the Crown of Hope, but this is an Ashen version, making it even more rare and desirable than any of the other kingly treasure added in Season 11. Now, along with showing you how to get this stunning and pricey crown, I will also be showing you how to get every other type of kingly treasure and the best way to grind each one or keep an eye out for it during your voyages. Kingly treasure is Season 11's way of spicing up world events that had kind of worn out over the years. These include shipwrecks, emergent skeleton captains found on islands, and message in a bottles. Now, there was nothing wrong with these, and they weren't necessarily bad, but they definitely did not keep up with the rest of the gameplay loop, and they had kind of become obsolete as far as leveling was going. Emergent shipwrecks, emergent skeleton captains, and message in a bottle quests all now have the chance to provide you with pieces of desirable kingly treasure. Now let's talk about all the different types, their rarity, price, and how to obtain them. First, we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. The most common kingly treasure is the Kingly Bounty Skull. You can find one of these as Wrathly Kingly Bounty Skulls, King's Bounty Skulls, and the Ashen Variants of both mentioned. The Kingly Bounty Skull and Wrathful Kingly Bounty Skull can be found by killing emergent skeleton captains, and they can be found in any emergent shipwrecks and from message in a bottle bounty quests. The Ashen Variants are obtained by killing Ashen Guardians found anywhere on the map, finding emergent skeleton captains in the Devil's Roar, any type of emergent shipwrecks, and Devil's Roar message in a bottle bounties. The fastest way of getting these during your adventure is to keep an eye out while sailing for random skeleton captains on any island. Also keep an eye out for message in a bottle on shores, and lastly watch out for clouds of birds as they can indicate shipwrecks. To speed up your process even more, make sure to raise your Order of Souls emissary flag to gain more reputation and gold for these. The next and slightly less common piece of kingly loot is the King's Chest. As mentioned, the King's Chest is slightly less common to find because there are simply less ways to obtain them. However, they are more likely to be found in groups. King's Chest can either be found as King's Chest or the slightly rarer Ashen King's Chests. King's Chest can be found from emergent shipwrecks or from X marks the spot voyages found in messages in a bottle. Ashen King's Chest can be found from either any emergent shipwrecks, so they can be found in regular shipwrecks, or X marks the spot bottle voyages found in the Devil's Roar. Keep in mind, these X marks the spot voyages found in message in a bottles may not always provide a King's Chest, but it is extremely likely that they will. Most of these quests will also provide more than one King's Chest, and I've personally gotten up to 8 from one small island. Use Gold Hoarder Emissary before selling these to maximize your profit for the King's Chests. The last piece of kingly treasure is extremely rare and expensive. Now, let's talk about the first one, the Crown of Hope. The Crown of Hope can only be found one way. These can be obtained from, and only from, riddle quests found in messages in a bottle. These come in a chest that will contain 3 Crowns of Hope upon completing your riddle, but this still isn't the rarest kingly item. The rarest kingly item introduced in Season 11 is the Crown of Flame. The Crown of Flame can only be obtained through an Ashen riddle found in the Devil's Roar messages in a bottle. These beautiful crowns glowing with the power of the flame also come in chests that contain 3. These are so rare that I didn't even know they existed, and I haven't even seen a video on them yet until the day of making this, when I just randomly found one on an island that I got from a message in a bottle. Both the Crown of Hope and the Crown of Flame are sold to gold hoarders, so once again, use the Gold Hoarder Emissary flag to make the most of these. The best tips for finding messages in a bottle. Message in a bottles are the fastest way to actually grind and specifically target kingly treasure and to stack it. Something that I learned also today is that you can only get up to 3 message in a bottles at a time. Not that the game will actually limit you, but they will most likely stop spawning for you at this point. Message in a bottle can be found easily by searching islands with lots of shoreline, and that is the best way to raise your chance of finding one. Overall strategy to obtaining these rare and pricey treasures is to go about your voyage as normal, but be very vigilant for message in a bottle, emergent shipwrecks, and emergent skeleton captains. Stop at any island along your way to check for these different things, and make sure to raise different emissaries depending on which thing you're specifically targeting. That way you can make the most out of each one. Season 11 also comes with a commendation to get 1,000 kingly treasures. Since Season 11 came out, I've been looking for these kingly treasures, and I've got about 200 of them so far. So this is a crazy thing that they added, but you know, it's gonna give some time. Getting these nice, rare kingly treasures, if you get 1,000 of them, can also unlock you the new weapon set introduced in Season 11. And if you're wondering why there isn't anything to turn into merchant for this, now while you technically can get diamond crates from shipwrecks, and they are pretty rare and they are very good. They're about the same tier as the king's loot. There are also technically what were kind of advertised as going to be the king's loot for merchant, but those were also turned into the executive cargo available in voyages, so they don't have the kingly status, and this means that the merchant message in a bottles, while pretty good for golden reputation, will not provide kingly loot towards your commendation. If you guys have any questions, things you think I missed, or tips for me and other players on our quest for kingly loot, please leave it in the comment section below, as I'm sure somebody will be able to find it helpful, even if it's the littlest tip that you've learned over this couple first weeks in season 11. If you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, or found it entertaining, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 250 subscribers, and I would love to do that soon. If you guys could help, that would mean a lot to me, and it would help me massively. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.